Hello, how you doing? That was weird. Jesus. Okay, yeah, hey. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the OCP, the Original Copycats podcast. It's me. Hello. It's Alex, your best buddy old pal, or whatever was that Scooby-Doo? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, so I'm on my own again today, because Josh, let's just face it, we all like me better anyway, don't we? I think I'll put a poll out, just to see whether we want to keep Josh or... Yeah, fucking hell, it is hot today. It is, I think it was 23 degrees Celsius in the UK, for any foreign listeners that use Fahrenheit, you freaks. Yeah, it's bloody hot, and it's only going to get hotter in the UK. Apparently, it's going to be 30-something degrees down my end of the country on Friday. So I'm not looking forward to that, because I don't know whether you noticed, but I am a ginger, and they are notoriously bad for coping in the sun. So, yeah, I'm doing well. And plus, on top of that, I've got hay fever. I mean, a lot of people do, but that on top of the ginger aspect is literally, oh Christ, it's as a friend said the other day, he said he was like a wheezing freckle. I thought that was quite good. So yeah, I'm gonna steal that. So yeah, my heart goes out to anyone that's suffering at the moment with this heat, and anyone that has hay fever or is ginger. That's just an ailment in itself. Yeah, and I've got to close my windows as well in my room at the moment because it's just noisy outside. Unless you want to hear, actually it could be quite nice. I've got a pond in the next garden, like my neighbour's garden. So either that, it could be quite relaxing, or it could just make you all want to go to the toilet, because you just have a continuous noise of running water. Or you'd have the sound of Or you'd have the sound of my chickens making noises, and yeah, I think that would annoy me, to be honest. So I've done you all a favour and shut the windows, and now I am boiling. So, welcome. Yeah, so I thought I would just jump on again and do another solo episode, and I'd cover a bit more of these book things that we were doing in my last solo episode. I hope you're tongue twister. I hope you all enjoyed the last episode I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If anyone hasn't checked it out, definitely go and have a listen if you like the sound of my voice. It's sexy as fuck. But yeah, we covered some very strange books, such as drum roll please. But You're a Horse, which is a basically romance novel between a woman and a horse, and similarly a rather steamy novel about somebody's best friend's mum being Sasquatch and someone taking a shower with her. So yeah, that's what you're missing out on if you Jesus Christ. Okay, so we are gonna do a few more. I think I covered 11 in the last one, so I might do the same amount. I might do slightly less. It depends. We'll just go and see what happens, shall we? But yeah, I think that's about it. We'll jump straight into it, shall we? Okay, so the first one we've got here is Everything I Know About Women I Learned from My Tractor. And the picture that's accompanied this is a very jolly looking man. I don't know who he looks like. I was going to say Rolf Harris, but that's a bit worrying. Yeah, so it says, and I read a little bit out for each of these books because it gives a little bit of context. Okay, so it says, If the man on the cover laughing, staring right into your soul, isn't enough to scare you off, I don't know what will be. Are you the kind of person who finds it easier to relate to a tractor than a person? Did Mater from Cars appear in your dreams more than just a few times? Are you thinking about your tractors right now? If you answered yes to any of those questions, this book is one for you. Within this book, the author opens up about small-town life and is billed as his ultimate contribution to mankind. That is a pretty big claim, but once you've got into the first few pages, you'll be hooked. The next stop will be Roger Welch's other hits, Old Tractors Never Die, Love, Sex and Tractors. Then all stops to Old Tractors and the Men Who Love Them. Aww. And I've done it a few times with a couple of books in the past, but I go onto Amazon and I see if there's any reviews or anything. Jesus Christ. Okay, so you could get this for $16 if you want a hardback cover, or $44 for a paperback. That is insane. Okay, so I've had a look and the reviews aren't great. There's oh, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? There's 2 5-star reviews, but one just says fun, and the other one goes, it was great. So, moving swiftly on. Okay, so the next one is more great pantyhose crafts. More, apparently. Okay, so if you haven't had enough, then fear not, because there are more. If there is one thing that has never been further away from my Christmas list, it's some of my mum's recycled pantyhose, creepily crafted into, as the cover outlines, dolls, wall hangings, music boxes, and holiday decorations. What the fuck? That said, there are some incredible uses for this book. Example 1. Your treasured daughter has brought home a new boyfriend, and his birthday is right around the corner. Some handily crafted pantyhose, moulded into a deformed doll mildly resembling their appearance, will solve that problem faster than you can say, why does this book exist? Example 2. You could find out, how on earth does anyone make a music box with their pantyhose? Do you know, I was thinking that when I read that out. I was like, music box? Must play a lot of strings music. G strings, that is. No? Okay. Okay, so the next one is extreme ironing. Extreme ironing. Oh, jeez. So for the adrenaline junkie looking to get their fix in this modern crazy world. And the cover for this one is a guy on a rock ironing just fucking... This, yeah, it does what it says on the tin, to be honest. If you're like me, crumpled shirts are an absolute no-no. I won't even leave the house with one. Before I read this book, I felt alone. When accidents happened, accidentally causing a crease in my otherwise perfectly cardboard-esque flat shirt, I would retreat to safety in my home. There we go. Now, I've seen the light. And the light is all about carrying with you the tools to iron your shirts. Be it on the steep rock face of El Capitan, or the blue depths of the Great Barrier Reef, I feel comfortable knowing that I have the tools at my disposal to quickly, quietly, and efficiently iron out any crumples on my clothing and in my life. I'm intrigued, actually. What else would you need apart from an iron and a board? I wonder if you, because he was on about the Great Barrier Reef, I wonder if you could, surf on the ironing board whilst you're doing it. Okay, so I've had a look at the reviews on this one, and the best one I could find, because they're all pretty standard on this, to be fair, the best one was a 1-star review entitled Funny Book, and the review just reads, "Book arrived dirty and sticky." So clearly somebody at the depot really loved ironing. The next one we have is "Don't Sit on the Baby." Often things come easier to some people, and others just have to learn the hard way. Whether you're considering a new life with a baby in it, or reflecting on your days of carefree sitting, there's always something that can be learned. Don't Sit on the Baby is a practical guide to get you through those early days with some very clear do's, feed the baby, and don'ts, sit on the baby. These are just a couple of little teasers if you want more, and I can tell that you do. You're going to have to delve deep into the pages yourself. Once you're finished, you'll have a book full of post-its and a solid understanding of how to get your baby out of those baby years and into those toddler years, where you'll find sitting on them is still not a thing you should do. Depends, really, doesn't it? Like, they're noisy, fucking... Not encouraging smothering a child, but, you know. Never say never. So, oh God, I just read this review on that. And I obviously misread it, because it says here, information was just what 13-year-old sibling needed to be able to help mum with her brother and sister. That's perfectly normal, but what I read it as was some Alabama shit that was like, information what 13-year-old sibling needed to be able to be a mum with brother and sister. Yeah, I think that's enough on that one. I would hope that if I do ever become a father, which I guess I kind of want to be in the future, maybe like, I don't know, mid-30s, not something I want at the moment. Yeah, I kind of like to think that sitting on a child wouldn't be my first thought. Oh my God. What the fuck what have I just read? Jesus Christ, I'm wheezing like Josh. Oh, right. The next one. Open wide for the handsome saber-toothed dentist who is also a ghost. Oh. What the fuck? Okay. You're sitting on the dentist's clean white chair. The brisk, sterilized smell crosses your nose. You look over to the tools neatly arranged as you wait patiently for your inspection. Open wide, the dentist says as he snaps the gloves on his hand. If he's a saber-tooth, then surely he'd be like, open wide. Up until this point, we're in the mundane realm of our own lives, something we all need a break from. And that is where this book comes in. You open your mouth as the semi-transparent ghost dentist peers into your mouth. He mumbles as you peek open an eye to see his... What? To see the inflection on his face. I have to say, the person who's written this website article thing, you kind of need to proofread your work a bit more. Jesus. Some of these sentences makes me look... And I know I'm bad at reading, but some of these make me sound really stupid. We'll try that again, shall we? You open your mouth as this semi-transparent ghost dentist appears in your mouth. No, that's not right either. I literally just said it. This guy's making me sound like an idiot, and I just do that to myself anyway. I've already read that sentence right the first time, and I do it again fucking wrong. Third time's a charm. You open your mouth as the semi-transparent ghost dentist peers into your mouth. Doesn't appear in your mouth. He mumbles, as you peek open an eye to see the inflection on his face, but not without taking in a big gleaming look at his clean as can be large white saber teeth. Wow. You breathe out a relaxing sigh. Really? Would you? I'm not sure I would. And lean back in comfort, knowing that someone with teeth like these has absolutely mastered their craft. I mean, he should be wearing a face mask. You know, I don't know whether that's like a thing with all dentists, but my dentist wears a face mask, so I don't... not sure the hygiene standards would be particularly happy with Mr. Sabertooth Ghost Dentist. Well, there's one here about stray shopping carts and how to identify them in the wild. Doesn't look particularly interesting, I'm going to say. So if any of these do sort of take your fancy, I don't read them fully or whatever, and you want to read more, I will think of a way to provide a link to you. I could do it on Twitter, actually, if anyone's got Twitter. I could tweet. Don't bend over in the garden, Granny. You know them taters got eyes. Oh, jeez.
What's taters, precious?
Potatoes. Anyway, so that's the title of the next one, with no context at all. This guy, who does he look like? Definitely not Rolf Harris again. Although, no, I don't know. So as someone who previously knew not to bend over in the garden, and that them taters... Hey, look, there's a reference to it. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. I love it. Little Lord of the Rings reference to anyone that's not a complete nerd. Do indeed have eyes. The instructional words of the title were lost to me. Even then, though, Louis Grizzard's greasy, slicked-back hair, up way too high, camel-toe inspiring pants. Oh, God, yeah, he is. Fucking hell. Look at the curves on that. American Gothic fork and beady eyes staring right into my soul, Leaning over, he whispered the somber words, "Take me home and read me." The cover of this book alone makes it worthy of the Pulitzer Prize for photography. The content of the book, which can't possibly be as interesting, also exists. Okay, so it appears that this guy's written quite a few books in his time. I don't know why I said that like that. That was weird. He's written a few books in his time. There we go. One of them is Chili Dogs Always Bark at Night, and I haven't understood anything since 1962. Well, what else we got? What's this one? If I ever get back to Georgia, I'm going to nail my feet to the ground. No, that's not that funny. I took a licking and kept on ticking. These all just sound like country songs. Shoot low, boys. They're riding Shetland ponies. It's now becoming apparent that when I'm looking at these books on Amazon, clearly everyone that's viewed these books have also been like guided there through this list, because all the recommended books are ones that I've already read, like already seen on this list, or ones that I know are coming up. So it's obviously quite popular, this page. What else we got here? Do-it-yourself coffins for pets and people. How to make a towel monkey and other cruise ship favorites. Walmart Atlas. A beginner's guide to sex in the afterlife. Do you have to be married still? Is that... I don't know how that would work. Yeah, now there's a question. What if you were a virgin for your entire life? Is it me or is it hot in here? Jeez. And you died. That's your entire life, Alex. Yep. And then you go to the afterlife, and you've never been married or anything like that. How would that work? Because God's like, oh no, can't fucking have a quick one with a woman until you're married. So, God, if you're listening, fucking let me know, mate, because I'm a bit confused on that one. Well, actually, that's pretty low down on the list of questions I have for you, mate, but we won't get into that. So, Mum is dating Weird Wayne. And why is he dressed as Dracula? Some of these titles are just not like... Some of these titles aren't funny, but they're just bizarre. Like, better never to have been. The harm of coming into existence. Or people who don't know they're dead. How they attach themselves to unsuspecting bystanders and what to do about it. It's just like, okay. Castration, the advantages and disadvantages. Oh, and we're at the bottom. Well, there we go, guys. What? Oh, Jesus, that was loud. What I thought was going to be like a 5-part series, I've managed to do in 2. How long are we going for? Oh, only just about half an hour. That's not bad. Happy with that. Yeah, I realised that I didn't go into as much depth with some of these, but I realised that it's probably best not to with some of them. The Manly Art of Knitting. Yeah. Microwave for 1. Okay, well, we'll leave it there because it's not getting any better. It's just spiralling now. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this 2-part series of weird book titles. So yeah, if you want to check it out yourself, it's the website's called alwaysjudgeabookbyitscover.com. You can just type in "always judge a book by its cover." It does come up as the first search result on Google, so clearly it's very popular. I did see something earlier about "Always Judge a Book by its Cover 2, and I thought, oh, here we go, got a bit of a sequel going, but it wasn't a thing. So I had a little cry, but I'm sure I'll find something else to cover in the next episode that I do on my own, because I've got this thing up called The Useless Web, as I said about last time, and it keeps giving me rather weird websites. So yeah, I'll keep on searching for you. Yeah, right, well there we go. I'll catch you all in the next one. Ta-ra!